Hey guys, my name is Jason. I am the founder of Distress Loan Advisors. I've been advising people on SBA loan default, loan forgiveness, and offer in compromise since 2009. If you want to book a case evaluation, I will put a link in the description below. Um, I'm doing all sorts of consultations. I would say, the majority of them are still with EIDL loan borrowers. And in this video, I'm going to cover what your options are, and what your options are, or what options are not currently available. Just to give an update, we're heading into October now. So I just wanted to circle back, let everyone know what I'm seeing, and also want to ask you guys what you're seeing out there because it's always helpful, because I know people are talking to the SBA themselves. So I just want to give an update with regards to SBA EIDL loan forgiveness, deferments, and what are my options. So today is September 28th. I am going to put in the description October 2023, just so the Google algorithm picks that up and, puts me at the top. Sorry, sometimes you just got to game the system. But anyway, as of the end of September 2023, here's what's going on. I'm still not aware of the SBA approving any offer in compromise for EIDL loans. So if you're aware of someone who has been approved for an EIDL loan settlement, I would be interested to hear about that. I'd be interested to hear the details. Thus far, I have not heard from anyone who has directly had their EIDL loan forgiven, outside of bankruptcy anyway, nor has anyone told me that they knew anyone. So if you watch this and you're aware of it, you can comment below, or you can shoot me an email. My email address is on my website. And, the more I know, the more I'll share with everybody else. But as of now, offer in compromise is not an option. And when people book a case evaluation with me, I even have a little checkbox just so we're all on the same page, that says, I understand EIDL offer in compromise is not an option. By the way, the reason I do that is I'm not looking to shake people down. I charge the fee to give people information they consider to be valuable, but if your only interest in talking to me is to find about offer in compromise, it's not an option. So, offer in compromise is not an option. What are the options? Well, if you want to stay in their good graces, if you want to stay current on your loan, your options are make the regular payment or apply for the hardship accommodation. In case you haven't heard of it, the hardship accommodation, $200,000 or less, you can apply right through the portal. My understanding is it's automatic. Over 200, you have to contact them. They'll give you a checklist of information. In order to get those things approved, or at least the ones over $200,000, my general recommendation is you need to explain to the SBA why the 6 months is going to make a difference. So in other words, if your business is just going to crash and burn regardless of these 6 months, or that's what the SBA believes, they're probably not going to approve it, or at least they have a reason not to. But if you're in a situation where, let's say, you're going to bring on a new customer in the next 2 or 3 months, and then, in 6 months, they'll start paying, that's a good reason. That's a short-term cash flow issue that I think you can argue. I had a customer today who said they're waiting on a tax refund. So, that's another good short-term timing issue where it doesn't require a huge turnaround to your business. It simply requires, one event to happen in the near term. If you get into, basically saying to them that your business is forever changed, and you imply that you'll never be able to afford the payment, that gives them a reason to decline it, because why give you another 6 months to delay the inevitable? Beyond that, if you don't make payments on your loan, once you miss a couple of payments, that's typically what I'm seeing, like at least 2 payments behind, you'll get a 60-day letter that says you need to contact us within 60 days and basically work out a resolution. Otherwise, we're going to refer you to the U.S. Treasury. If you call the SBA, expecting them to give you any other options. Unfortunately, you're going to be disappointed. They're just going to tell you the same thing. You can apply for the deferment, or you can bring it current and make the payments. But beyond that, there's nothing they can do to help. Um, and one tidbit about the hardship accommodation, if you're behind on payments, they won't consider it if you are behind. So in other words, they're going to force you to bring the loan current before they'll consider your hardship accommodation, which is that's not the way we used to do it at the bank I worked at. So if we were going to give somebody a 6-month deferment and they were 3 months behind, we'd say, look, we can do this retroactively, but that means you'll be current today and then you've got this deferment for another 3 months. We're not giving you 6 months from today. The SBA is not doing that. They're essentially saying you need to be current and then we'll give you 6 months, which to me, it's a little short-sighted, but, it's the government. And so, the other big thing that I discuss with people is, well, what happens if I don't pay them? Like, what are they going to do to me? That's a little bit more nuanced. I'm not going to get into that here. But what I will say is that there's a large difference between what they could do and what I currently see them doing as far as collections. It's not the same for everyone because it depends on what type of business you have, what type of collateral it is, whether or not there's personal guarantees. So it's not going to be the same for everyone. But like I said, the one big thing that people want to know is like what's going to happen here. And so I always say to them, look, here I've talked to like 500 people at this point, so I have a pretty good feel for how they're handling defaults. It's not to say they couldn't change course, because again, there is a difference between what they could do to collect from you and what they're actually doing. So that's it. That is the update on EIDL loan forgiveness. I would like to hear from you guys if you're aware of anyone out there who's been approved for a settlement outside of bankruptcy for an EIDL loan. I would love to hear about the terms and see the paperwork and, understand what the circumstances were. So then, I could at least share with people that, maybe there is a ray of hope here. So that's it. Love to hear your feedback either in the comments or shoot me an email. And that's it. Otherwise, I will give updates when I have them. If you followed me regularly over the last year or so, you've seen that I've kind of slowed down on the videos only because I don't really have anything new. So I'll try to come up with some topics and post more often than I have the last couple of months. But you can be sure that if there is big news, I will be here announcing it. Thanks for checking in.